Hi everybody, I'm Samuel. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we are gonna be talking about the difference between by and until. So let's get started. Okay, so first we are gonna talk about by. By makes a deadline for an action to finish. By marks the point where an action completes or is replaced by another action. So really think about using by to express a deadline. Something is going to stop or you must finish an action at this point time. So we can think about by is by a mark wait by us marking some point in the future. So by mark some point in the future where an action is going to finish and action is going to be complete. So in example sentence I have I'll be at the office by 7 p.m. So in this sentence, speaker is not at the office, but 7 p.m. is the deadline. This is the point in time at which the speaker will be at the office. The speaker is not at the office now, but by 7 p.m. the speaker will be at the office. This this is will show us this is a future tense expression and by show us the deadline by 7 p.m. The point at which the expression or the point at which that action is going to be complete. So this is how we use by to think about it like a deadline. Some point in time at which an action will be complete or finished. Okay, so let's continue onto the other grammar point for today, which is until. Okay, until also has a more casual form. We can use till with two L or till with one L. You might see both spelling used from until, till, or till. In most cases, it's good to use until in casual speaking and maybe in casual writing. You can use the casual form, but until is always polite and is always correct. Okay, so when we use until, let's talk about it. We use until to talk about a continuing situation or a continuing state now in the present or in the future, but it's going to change or stop. So the key difference, so the key difference, one key perhaps is continuing situation, a continuing state. With by the nuance is a deadline, something is going to finish at a deadline. Until give us the nuance of something that's continuing. Something true now, for example, but the may not be true in the future. Until marks the point where that action or the state is going to finish or change. Okay, so we can think of it. Wait, okay. It rather than as a deadline, as a key point in the future, somewhere where action continues until a point where we use until a point where we use until and then the second action begins. Something is going to change at the until point. With by, however, we don't have the nuance of an action changing. We only have the nuance of deadline. So here until is used to show that something different is going to happen or something will finish but there going to be a change after the until point. So for example, this sentence, I will be at the office until 7 p.m. The sentence is very similar, to the by example in the previous slide is I'll be at the office until 7 p.m. So here we have the future tense I will. This sentence show us the speaker is at the office right now. However, at 7 p.m. until show us that 7 p.m. is the point at which the situation or the state is going to change. So at 7 p.m. the speaker is probably going to leave the office until show us that right here the action is going to change. So please keep that in mind until show you a change in something and by show more of a deadline for an action that is continuing. So I I hope that I hope that we can practice this in a few example sentences now. Okay. Okay, here I have an exercise. Let's try to choose the correct word to use in this example sentence. Should we use by or should we use until in this cases sentence? So the first one I have is he has to find a new job in logistic company, blah 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 July. In this answer, there is a deadline that must be considered. This is July. Then the answer is by. I will write it by. If we use until, it doesn't make sense because there is no statement what will happen after that. Next, the next sentence. I'm not going to go to the warehouse, blah blah blah. I finish my work in the office. Okay, and there is no information about the deadline, but the sentence have information what he must before doing. He must I finish the homework the my work in the office and after that going to go to warehouse. The next sense answer is until. Okay, the next they need to write unloading goods report blah 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 tomorrow. The answer is by. The sentence have a deadline. Okay, next. We can leave the warehouse, blah blah blah. The goods are sent to the supplier. Okay, the answer is until. Okay, because the sentence have you must goods are sent to the supplier before doing leave the warehouse. Okay, the next. I will not drive a forklift blah 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 8 p.m. The Mexican answer is both until and by because uh, depending on the situation that occurs in reality, can until or can by. We write but depend on the situation that occurs in reality. Okay, the next. Uh, if the item I ordered doesn't arrive, blah 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 this afternoon, I will report it. The answer is by because the sentence have a deadline this afternoon. The next, I have a two sentence B1. We have to leave the warehouse blah 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 10 p.m. and we have to stay at the warehouse blah 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 10 p.m. Okay, leave the warehouse 10 p.m. The answer is by and we have to stay at the warehouse until. live, and stay. Live, use by, stay, use until. The next, I'm not working in foreign company, blah blah blah, I learn English. Okay? Uh, in this sentence, the speaker must learn English before work in foreign company. The next sense is until. The speaker must learn English before foreign company work in foreign company. The last sentence, we told him to leave the factory blah 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 6 p.m. It's easy. The sentence have a deadline. The make sense answer is by. Okay, this is my exercise. And so there are a few example sentences that you can have a look and think about when you are trying to decide whether to use by or until. Keep in keep in mind, however, there are some cases where both by or until, like that I will not drive a forklift until by 8 p.m. Some cases where both by or by using by or until are correct, but the meaning is going to change significantly depending on the one you use. So I hope this lesson was useful for you. If you have any question or if you want to try to make an example sentence using by or until, please be sure to leave your comment. And if you like this video, don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and this video. Thanks very much for watching this video, and we will see you again. Bye.